There's three parts to a successful business. There's building the foundations, there's the acceleration phase, and then there's the multiplication phase. Business is never linear, and sometimes you'll go through a growth phase, a plateau, and a growth. Tim Frey actually told me was you're either making money or you're learning. But when it comes to sales and you're low on sales, and this is affecting paying your staff, or even when it comes to saving money or cash injections, or maybe when it comes to social media and your sales are low, there's two things you need to start to think about. One, is it a consistency issue? Is it the fact that your sales skill set are low? Is it that we've been winging it and there's been no strategy? So here's some things I want you to start writing down when it comes to low sales and how to bring in more sales that you are going to be able to close 5 more people a week because of this framework. The first thing is welcome back with Keys to the Queendom Season 4. I am your host, Tamara Meyer, and this is all to do with no sales or slow in sales. Here's what to do. 5 things that are going to get you from having no sales in your business in the online space to having consistent leads and clients flowing in because of these 5 things. So let's just have this chat right now, because I think it's really important that no matter what in business, and I had a really great call with some of my Queendom clients the other day. There's 3 parts to a successful business. There's building the foundations, there's the acceleration phase, and then there's the multiplication phase, which is essentially your scaling phase. And so business is never linear, and sometimes you'll go through a growth phase, a plateau, and a growth. And a great friend of mine, Tim Frey, actually told me was you're either making money or you're learning. So if you're right now not making sales, this is a great opportunity for you guys to go, okay, there's something here for me to learn. There's something obviously maybe not working. Maybe there's a plateau in the business. Maybe there's some new foundations I need to build. Maybe that I've been in that acceleration phase where, you've grown and all of the money has come in and you've kind of just sat back there and gone, you know what, life's pretty good. Or maybe you're at the phase where we are in, which is the multiplication, which is hiring, delegating even more, outsourcing, scaling at a bigger expanding place to expand and to obviously bring in more money. But when it comes to sales and you're low on sales, and this is affecting paying your staff, or even when it comes to saving money or cash injections, or maybe when it comes to social media and your sales are low, there's 2 things you need to start to think about. One, is it a consistency issue? Is it the fact that your sales skill set are low? Or is it that we've been winging it and there's been no strategy? So here's some things I want you to start writing down when it comes to low sales and how to bring in more sales that you are going to be able to close 5 more people a week because of this framework. The first thing is when it comes to an offer that you have, your signature offer, let's look at it that way. And it's good, and your clients that you have say it's amazing. Yet if you've got this one offer that you always promote, chances are the messaging that may have worked, say for 2024, and now coming into a new year, people have seen the same thing over and over again. They're kind of like, cool, we get it. Yes, repetition is great. Yes, knowing what to talk about and knowing what your services is amazing. But what if we need to redefine your offer and tweak it that nothing really changes in the inside of the offer, but we position it and message it so that it's capturing the audience's attention again? And so no sales or it being slow merely is a couple of things that, one, it could be a season of the business, or it could be that your offer does need to be rejigged and remarketed in a way that it's actually going to be, one, looking at the pain points, the desires and wants, and what's actually going to get the buyers to want to jump on a call with you. I actually had a client with me recently who's a startup, right? So she's in the foundation phase. You know how we spoke about the 3 phases, and building the foundations of the business takes about 1 to 3 years. And that's where you go from the acceleration after the foundation piece. And she said, I still struggle to get people on a call. And that says to me that it is a messaging issue, which means her offer hasn't quite landed. And so for you guys, if sales have been slow or low, and maybe you have had an offer and you've fucking hustled to get that person to buy an offer and they go, fuck, this is amazing, I had no idea what to expect, then it's a hint that that offer may need to be positioned in a way that's going to really evoke the urgency for someone to go, I need this person right now. She's speaking to my pain point. And a lot of people, when they're selling, this is the second bit I'm going to bring forward, is they're selling an offer that's based on features and benefit, not actually addressing the pain of their ideal client and how they're about to solve it with this one offer. And so if your sales are low right now and you're wondering, shit, okay, the offer needs to change. How am I delivering the offer? And that's a features and benefit problem. Sales and how you connect with your audience online with bringing people on a call or being able to close a sales call really has to do with, again, understanding what is going to get them to buy from you from an emotional standpoint. And features and benefits, which is, for example, let's look at a business coach, right? For myself, a feature of working with me is having access to the portal. The benefit of that is, resources, thousands of trainings, libraries of things, like endless amounts of stuff. Cool. Doesn't say much about the emotional connection. Why would that portal, from an emotional standpoint, support someone of my ideal client for them to go, fuck, I need that? The way you do an emotional connection from something of a feature and benefit is this.
How often have you said, I spent my whole life studying, I've been to school my whole life, and I've actually learned nothing that teaches me the tools and strategies to build a successful business in the outside world? You've probably spent thousands of dollars on courses, or you've heard fake news from business gurus. Well, I'm here to give this incredible news to everyone here right now that this is Queen Stream University. Get out of debt and actually start making money in the online space, knowing and having the foundations to build a successful business. Now, I'm talking because I have gone through the trenches. I have been a fitness coach, built my online business as a pro athlete, and now I am a business coach. You'll go from having absolutely no idea what your business is through, in the 8 weeks, learn the foundations of knowing what your purpose is, your vision and mission, and also understanding your business values with the execution to know what that business is. You'll also learn branding, social media, content strategy, marketing, and more importantly, how to sell. With Queen Stream University, it'll cut out the bullshit and remove all the fluff and get you working specifically on your business so you can execute this in 8 weeks to get ready to launch. I wanted you to have something where you get to access something straight away, where you get to fast track your growth, as well as remove any doubt, any overwhelming sensation or stress, or the question that everyone seems to ask, where do I begin? With Queen Stream University, you'll be able to build wealth, freedom, and at the end of the day, be an entrepreneur and be able to say, I have finally built my own thing, my own business. And I've stopped making money for someone else, and I'm now making money for my own empire. Queen Stream University.
Having access to resources that I have done years of mistakes of, where I've researched the fastest way to grow your multi-six-figure business, is based on the learnings in this portal, which means not only will you be able to be ahead of the game against your competitors, you'll be able to bring in $10,000 a month based on the learnings and the resources from this portal because of the latest strategies that's in there. So this comes back to then, when you do have low sales or no sales, your language behind your offer. Are you pitching just the feature and benefit? And third point, do you have an emotional connection to what you're selling? People make decisions from a logic yes side of their brain, but it's the emotional pull, their human need, that it's going to get them to go, this is why I need to work with this coach, or this is why I need to buy the product. We had to do an exercise, and I'm actually teaching this with my clients on Friday, on what was something you bought recently and why did you buy it? What was the thought patterns behind you buying this thing. My example I'm going to use is a YSL pair of shorts, which I'll probably wear in my next episode video. The reason I bought it and I justified the price point, which was $1,400, was I wanted to have something new, and I wanted to have a new pair of shorts where it made me look significant, and it was new for my photo shoot, for my rebrand for Queendom. I wanted that luxe vibe. How I was able to make that decision for me was based on a human need of significance. So a lot of the times when people aren't focusing on the fact that people are not buying from you, isn't based on your offer being shit, or maybe because you're not doing enough. Well, that's the fourth point, which we'll get to, is are you actually selling to an emotional connection and a human need that are going to get people's behaviors to want to go, that's what I need. Part of the stuff when it comes to messaging and understanding people's triggers and events and their pull to make action to want to work with you has a lot to do with their human need. For me, it's significance and personal growth. And also the value that I have for making money from a place of wealth is because I didn't have money growing up. So anything that creates certainty and security as a decision for me, plus also the significance of how I am perceived, is what makes my decision when it comes to buying. So sales is also psychology, and sales is understanding human behaviors. And so if you're also realizing again that your sales are low or not even happening, the next big thing that a lot of people are going to roll their eyes at, which I'm also going to do as well. And again, part of what I started this conversation about was three things: building foundations, acceleration, multiplication. If you're building the foundations of your business, sales is your number one priority, which means that needs to be an everyday thing, an ongoing thing, and having conversations with people, and actual human conversations, not, hey, how are you? Do you want to work with me? Do you want to buy my shit? Hey, it sounds real authentic. But part of when I used to work at General Pants, and I guess I've been working since I was 14 at Baskin Robbins. I love how I learned how to sell at a clothing store, because we were taught that the minute someone walked into our store, we were to approach them, not with a, hi, how are you? Because what is everyone going to say? Good, thanks, autopilot. But we had to find an open-ended question that was irrelevant to why they were there. It wasn't to, again, make them feel uncomfortable. And let's be real, how often have you gone into a store and you feel like people either latch onto you or they don't say anything and go, motherfucker, why did that person not say hi to me? And so rapport, conversations, and knowing that sales takes time. Sales takes having conversations, genuine conversations, right? Like integrity and again, being able to go, and it's great because when I used to be in the fitness space, as part of what I did when I was doing cardio for an hour, I would be on my phone messaging people in the DMs because I genuinely wanted to talk to people and build that community, that trust, that relatability. These days, people get really funny about that. They feel like every person that reaches out is just trying to sell to them. I have people, if you look at my DMs, who know that I will reach out and follow up, which brings me to potentially the fifth point. Again, just know conversations and doing this on a daily is going to get you the sales, and it is going to take time because you're in that foundational phase of your business, the 1 to 3 year part. You're not in the acceleration when money's coming in. You're like, shit, what do I need to do to multiply and to expand and to hire and to make it bigger? It's getting good at the things that you think you are good at and being okay that conversations need to happen ongoing, whether they're going to say yes or no now.
Beautiful kings and queens, are you right now in a space where you're ready to take action and build your business, yet you struggle where to begin? You're feeling stuck and overwhelmed with all the things you need to do when it comes to building a business. build the business of your dreams in the online space and be in the arena of all the incredible, great humans out there that are building 7 to 8 figure businesses. Now, the foundations that I truly believe in that you are going to learn through this membership is sales, marketing, content creation, social media, money mindset, and of course, branding. Now, all of this will be accessible for you to be learning what is currently hot right now in the market and how you can create your own business and build a successful business in the online space. All you have to do right now is DM Empire in my Instagram or email myself and my team, and we will get the ball rolling so you can have your empire and start making moves in the online space.
There's a book I'm reading at the moment, which is called Sales Machine. I'll put it up here. And they talk about the buyer's pyramid, which is the buyer's journey, which is about the percentage of when people buy now and when people buy 12 months at a time, right? And that's why what we teach in our beautiful community in Queendom and Empire is, why do you stop promoting your services? Why do you stop selling? Why do you stop talking on your social media? Why do you even take a break? And I say that with love, because think about when people used to sell back in the day. My mum, an Avon lady, shopping, knocking on people's doors. She'd bring me and my mum, me and my brother as I brought my kids. It was kind of a way to be all like, oh, look at her kids, they're so sweet. And that built that sort of emotional connection, because kids and similarities, values, right? But they worked hard and they were fucking knocking on doors every day. And you guys have a problem reaching out to your consumers and saying, I'm going to have some time to have a conversation? We are all busy these days. We are all having to do things. Yes. But if you want to make 7 figures and you're not willing to have a conversation with at least 10 people today on your phone, what are you doing? Which, last but not least, which now I forgot what the point was, and it's going to come back to me. We spoke about conversations. We spoke about, yes, the follow-up. The follow-up. So often I've had people in my world join me after I've followed up more than 3 times. And I'm not saying follow up like a crazy person. I mean genuinely checking in on them months at a time, weeks at a time, maybe 18 months. I've had people work with me after 18 months because they were then ready. And that is true salesmanship or womanship, right? That is true authenticity. And if you can master, it's not even mastering, I think it's just being good at being patient and sacrificing, the straightaway gratification and knowing that there's delayed gratification, to being able to see when you put in the work each and every day without the reward straight away, but you can go to bed at night and go, you know what? I spoke to 10 people. I made someone happy. I have clients in my community now that I am so grateful for, that I will pick up the phone and go, I will speak and support you and help you, because that's what my job is, because I am here and committed to help you. And I go to bed at night and it makes me emotional now, because, being in that 3 phases of being in foundation, acceleration, multiplication, I'm struggling to find things to do apart from content and podcasting and talking and creating and copywriting. And I want you guys to get to that place. So if you are struggling with sales, it feels slow, this is what we teach in Empire and in Queendom. I love sales. We've got Queen of the Close masterclass webinar that we run every week, every month. Please join. It's for free. I close 90% of my sales because I give a fuck, and that's what I want you guys to be able to have access to. And God, I as I said, if you can't feel it now, but I know in my heart, when you start to understand that selling is serving, it is going to honestly give you more reward and happiness rather than just chasing money. And that's all I just wanted to really bring forward on this episode today. So I'm your host, Tamara Maya. I hope that this whole time you've heard me, because I feel like I was really far away from the mic. Make sure you subscribe. Let me know what your sales problems are. DM in my Instagram. Find out how, Maybe it's a reframe thing. Maybe it's a question. And our next episode is all going to be about handling objections.
I'm there for playing big today with authenticity, because here is the thing. It's not about being perfect on stage, perfectly put together, which is important, yes. It's about being who you are. What if right now, because of today, in a year's time, you could look back and go, I did that scary thing. And that's a year from now where you went and made that decision. I'm going all in, committed to doing the work. I'm committed because this is so much more than me. It's not about me anymore.